Hello everyone, this is Hanan Awaad, Editor-in-Chief of Corporita magazine, your destination to learn everything you need to pave your way to success. You know, there are so many theories in the world, and I love to study a theory and think of ways how I can apply this theory and get some results, even if it is from another discipline or another field. And because of my background in engineering, I know a little bit about vibrations. And when we were studying vibrations at university, the professor told us about the theory behind the butterfly effect. So, you know, in brief, the butterfly effect is a term coined by a scientist in MIT called Lawrence. Lawrence was trying to develop a software, a program to predict the path of a hurricane. And he changed a little bit, just a one digit after the decimal point. So he ran the simulation several times, and the result diagram was like the wings of a butterfly. And he said, he called it the butterfly effect, and he said he thought about how a small insignificant change in a system can result in significant results or outcome. And since that time, the scientists used that concept of butterfly effect and applied it on several things. And they used the analogy of, you know, when an insignificant butterfly flaps her wings in China, it might cause a hurricane in New Mexico. And although we don't know if it is real or not, but it's just a metaphor to understand the effect. And when I was in master's and we were studying about the chaos theory and the complexity theory, the effect came up to surface again. Because in a very complex system, a small insignificant change in one of the factors, many factors in the system, can impact the whole system and can result in a new outcome. So how we can apply this to our lives, our personal lives, our career lives, our businesses? So I was thinking, and I would like to share a few stories with you. So without risking the video to be long, I will give you snapshots. The first one is the story of the fly lady. You can Google her, Fly Lady or Marla. She went through several issues in her life, a death in the family, divorce, and her life was a mess and her house was a mess. And she wanted to start organizing her life. And she didn't know where to start. So she started by saying, okay, every night I'll have a shiny sink. And she decided to have this shiny sink, whatever the reason, whatever was happening in her life, she has to have a shiny sink every night. And I remember I was watching one of her videos, and she said, sometimes I took the dishes out of the sink, cleaned the sink, and put the dishes again. And step by step, she started to revamp her life, and she started a company and a YouTube channel and, you know, a business behind this, and she became a household name, and she had products developed by her company. Another story, one on the personal level also, one of my friends, he was struggling with his relationship with his wife, and I suggested that he tell her one time a day, my love. And he said the relationship is so, charged now, and I cannot come and say, oh, my love. And I told him, okay, try to think of some tiny situation. And he went back, and when they were eating together and she cooked that day, and he said, oh, this food tastes wonderful, my love. And after quite some time, I met him, and he said to me, you will never imagine how this tiny act changed a lot our relationship, his relationship with his wife, because he started to think of positive situations that he has to say, you know, my love, because you cannot say my love while you are arguing or fighting. And he started to think of those tiny things that she's doing, and he used those positive moments to say my love. So the relationship drastically changed. The third story and the last story is about one of my clients. And my client, she was struggling with her sales a little bit. And I asked her, okay, what's the tiny thing that you would love to do, but you feel that it will have some good impact on, you know, your service offering and sales? And she said, I'd love to grow my mailing list. I went to these networking events, and I have met some people, potential clients that can benefit from my services, and I don't know how. I don't have the time, I don't have the money even to hire someone to take that pile of business cards and add it to the system, scan it or whatever. So I told her, okay, so let's try this. Every day you will enter only one email, the name of the person, one email, and a category. A category related to the industry or the business they are in. And after a while, actually it was a 1 week, and she managed to enter the data of more than 1,000 cards. And she did this, only the name and the email and a category related to the industry of that person. And the next step was to send an email with her service offering to one person. And if she had the time, she can, you know, rearrange the list using that category, and she can send that email to those people in the same industry with her service offerings. And in less than 3 months, her sales skyrocketed, and the impact of this tiny small action that we took at the beginning of this whole process was very, very good. So, in a nutshell, think of the butterfly effect and how to apply it to your personal and career or business life. And think of those somehow insignificant, trivial actions that can have a positive impact on your life. And try to implement those insignificant actions. Try with one action only. And go through this for 1 month. And after 1 month, write me down here how this impacted your life. Until then.